Hey guys, it is New Guitar Thursday.
Cannonball!
You good?
Yeah, he's saying go, go, go.
We should be live.
Hey, I'm tucking in my shirt. Don't look, everybody. Hey, it's New Guitar Thursday. I'm John here.
Excuse me, I'm a little bit full. Did you guys have anything good to eat here today, maybe? Nobody?
I had some beans.
You had some beans? Yes.
I got my daily ration.
You got your daily ration. Hey, we're celebrating. October has been our best sales month yet, and we're really excited about it. So we had a big cookout here today. We cooked up some tri-tip. We got some barbecue beans and some French fried taters. You know what I'm talking about? You know, a good old French fried tater. Those are good stuff. Anyway, so I'm a little full right now, but we got all kinds of cool stuff to talk about today, including a guitar came in from Atkin that is, we're going to unbox it, but it's kind of been unboxed, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that in just a second. Before we do get into all that, of course, please tell us where you're watching from. We love to hear it. We love to hear what y'all want to talk about. I'm going to be standing around here for the next, I don't know, however long it takes, answering any and all questions you have. In fact, if you want to learn about the technique of how we cooked said tri-tip, we can talk about that if you'd like. We'll talk about whatever you want. So just kind of let us know. Trent is with us. Say hi, Trent.
Hey.
Also with us, Janelle is here. She's going to be helping me with all the comments and questions. She'll be also me. Say hi, Janelle.
Hi, Janelle.
Awesome. That's exactly what we were looking for. So she's got her spooky shirt on today. It's a ghost shirt, which is wild because usually Hinckley has her pumpkin shirt with the jack-o'-lanterns today. Did you buy that just to compete with Hinckley? By the way, I know they're adjusting stuff to get it right for the audio, but I think there was a competition. Hinckley has a jack-o'-lantern shirt, and Janelle had to go out and buy herself a ghost shirt. I think it just happened. Did you buy that just yesterday? Let's admit it.
I bought it a couple of weeks ago, but it came in over the weekend.
Okay, well, there you go. I just wanted to check and see how that was going. Anyway, lots of cool stuff. I say that every single week. Lots of cool stuff coming in, guys. But here's the deal. There is lots of cool stuff coming in. I'm going to go through a couple things. We got some consignments in Eastman right now. So a couple used pieces. I know there's an E20D TC that sounds fantastic. That is should be online as well. Just got this in yesterday. Somebody is putting on consignment one of the E16 TCs, SS, E16 SS TC. That's the maple back and sides. Those were a limited batch, and I believe they are all gone right now. So have those. I've got a whole shipment of things coming in from Eastman, including varnishes getting ready to ship, guys. So I know there's some specialty pieces that will be making their way back into the store by way of the varnish line. So I'm pretty excited about that. Have a new order from Yamaha coming in. Here's something that's kind of interesting. I had a meeting with our rep there. He said that the boat was landing with 4 of each of the FG9s on it that all had our name on it. Only 8 of them coming into the States at all, and we are taking 4 of each of those. So that'll be really cool. It was supposed to land yesterday. I haven't got an update yet, but we got some other pieces in here, and then including we got an LL16D. I know a customer was looking for that specifically, so I've got one of those on their way. And I even got some comparison stuff. We did in the FG models, the red label models, we did a version that will be a Japanese-built version as well as one of the Chinese-built ones. So that's kind of going to be cool. So we can do a comparison of what the big differences are on those.
Okay, I think we're all set up. Trent's
Yay.
mic was having some issues.
Trent, your mic was
always
having
Trent.
issues.
Anyway,
dude.
our first suggestion is the Martin D41, please.
D41. I don't have a Martin D41.
Okay, then the next one is
wish I had a
Mandolin.
Martin D41. We don't have one right now. So those are great. We have an E4. Here's something that's coming. If you're looking for a D41, one of my favorite guitars is the E40D from Eastman. That is a very comparable guitar. It'll have an Adirondack top. This case, it'll be TC, and I know it's on the shipment unless something happens on this next shipment that is coming in from Eastman. By the way, also on that shipment is going to be Madagascar. I know there's a Dread and an OM both coming in, E20D and OM, MRTC, Madagascar thermo-cured tops on those. So that's kind of cool.
You want to start with some mandolins?
I'm ready. Let's start with whatever everybody wants to talk about.
We got some requests for mandolins.
Okay. So here's one that came in. We were just talking about this. This is the Buis mandolin. This should be hitting our site very shortly. Fantastic mandolin out of Poland. Jerry played this yesterday. It sounds great. In fact, it's very dry, yet a lot of lots of bottom end and a dry mid-range. So Jeremy played this yesterday on the live show. It sounded fantastic. So that should be there with the Rubner tuners. I like the look of these. They're kind of affordable when it comes to new mandolins in that this is always where we get in trouble, where a lot of the high-end mandolins are very, very expensive. I think this one comes right around the $5 mark. So again, for a high-quality boutique level mandolin, it's pretty affordable. So
we have a request for used guitars. If you want to go over
used guitars, I
ones.
went over one batch. Let's see what else came in used right now. Do you think of anything right now besides those 2 consignments from Eastman?
We have a guild. The Sunburst Guild over there is used.
There's a Sunburst Guild. Oh, yep.
We also have a used E2D.
Okay, a used E2D has come in from Eastman. We have this guild. This one is a D140 in an antique burst. That one came in as used. We do have this vintage arch top, which is super cool. This is a 1959 L48 arch top. It's a Gibson. Man, there's been some trades. What else has come in? I'm trying to think of all the stuff that has come in. I guess not as much as I thought there was. Let's take a look here.
Just have a question for you.
Go ahead, hit me with the questions.
I noticed you slant your capo away from the fret at the high E string. Is that just to get it out of the way?
No, it's probably more accident than anything. I try to get it as straight as possible. It probably is me not being smart enough to really get it. Ideally, I'd like it right behind the fret in a straight position. So it's truly what you saw was laziness of me not taking the time to do it correctly. So.
And on the topic of capos, when are we getting more 12-inch radius capos?
All right, so I got more on order, but here's the deal, guys. We still do have some Elliott capos, so this is sporadic. But here's the deal. Elliott will re-radius a capo one time for free. If this is something that you want to do and you see a capo that matches the correct style that you're looking for in a 16, because it seems like we got a lot of 16s, and I'm betting what has happened. I was kind of figuring this out. I know that they are shipping more capos. 16-inch radius is the most popular one for that. That's all your Martins and a lot of things that are in that sort of vein. My guess is that a lot of stores got 16s, so when we got our last batch in here, all the 12s and 14s that we had in stock all got wiped out. So here's what we can do. If you want to do that, call us up, 417-720-1223. We will then ship it directly from us to Elliott Capos. They will then ship it to you with the new radius. So we will put that in our notes, and that will then get there. It's going to beat you waiting a year to a year and a half. I know I've got more coming, but it's probably going to be a couple months just because that's the way it works out. Now, it could be sooner than that. I've tried to keep a stockpile, but honestly, they're building over a year out right now in orders, and I've been trying to keep a steady stream of orders coming through. So if you see one that's there, let's get it re-radiused for you. I think that's a smarter option. Go ahead.
What happened to all the old oddities that we got a little while back?
Most of them has gone through. It's taken us a while, honestly, to get them through the system, and they're on, and then they kind of go away real quick. We've got a few of them that still haven't made it into consignment line. How many do you think that still have not made it up, Tyler? Would you guess?
Probably 25, I think, altogether between Buis and Banjo. We did just get a new one out on the floor yesterday. That's a Banjo.
They just put another banjo out on the floor, so he still thinks there's probably another 15 to 20-ish maybe instruments, mostly violins and ukuleles. But the thing about those is it takes so long to do the research. When we put those up, we have to do a lot of research to get the best pricing on those and make sure we get everything right before we get photos and stuff built for them. Yes?
Shoppe BG52.
I got one on order. It's gone. The one we had is gone. I have the BG 152 here. Is it over here right now? It is, right here. This guitar is fantastic. This is the Grand Reserve. Same guitar, Madagascar, but this one's a Grand Reserve Madagascar from Robin Boucher's private stock of these, so that's why it's the Grand Reserve. Fantastic guitar. Of those 3 guitars, we sold all but this one. So the BG52, I do have another one on order. I think we will see it probably just after December, is what I'm guessing. So yeah, there you go.
What is the tailpiece on that mandolin you showed earlier?
It's one of their own custom cast tailpiece, Buis. It's going to be spelled Bulas, but it is their own cast brass tailpiece on those. So that's only on their mandolins.
Is the Atkin Mahogany still there?
The Atkin Mahogany is still here. In fact, no, I lied to you. The Atkin Mahogany is gone. We have the D37 still here, and we do have, that's right, we do have the Dust Bowl Mahogany, all Mahogany 00, which is great. I played this yesterday for a customer who wanted to hear it. It is really a fantastic guitar. Since we're going to talk about Atkin, let's go ahead and open this one. We had it opened only because a guy came, called us up, said, hey, I want to see about this. So he drove all the way from Oklahoma City. We got in an Atkin white rice just last night. I was going to open the box today, but since he was coming to look at it, we went ahead and did it. So I'm going to go ahead and re-open the box for you. We checked this one out earlier, so all you people who get fussy thinking that we always open the boxes first and double check them, in this case, we did open it first, just to make sure everything was all good if he was going to drive up. But Atkin White Rice, this guitar will not last. I doubt it will make the website because these are just in such demand, as people know they're getting here. The Atkin White Rice is a baked Sitka top with East Indian rosewood sides and back, has that rice slash Clarence white look, thus the white rice. Does have the vintage crackled finish. Very thin nitro, very thin overall style on this. I was playing this earlier. This one has a unique neck. It will feel more, it is still an 1 11/16, but it's a little bit beefier than what they normally put on these. So it feels a little bit more 1 3/4 like. And it's a monster. With light gauge strings on it, by the way. So there you go, Atkin White Rice in here. I believe the price, we already got the tag on it, good. $44.99 on this one. Like I said, I do not believe this one will last probably even the day. So if you are interested, grab it. Again, a reminder for everybody out there, we still do have financing going on. We have up to 48 months of financing, as well as, is that right? Yeah, 48 months, as well as a option for 12 months of zero interest financing. And you can do that from your home now. We do not have to have you in here to do that. We can send you a link. You can get qualified for financing of either one of those programs, excuse me, and this definitely would qualify for that. So if you're looking at something like this, that's the way to do it. It's a big monster. Enlarged sound hole, just the cool look all the way around, and sounds just fantastic. Any questions there, Janelle?
We have a lot of people liking that one.
Yeah, there should be, because it's a, I wasn't going to use a foul word, but my wife doesn't like when I say freaking. She thinks that's a little bit inappropriate, so I almost said that, but
I think it's Halloween. Sounds close
so
to
freaking,
freaky.
yeah, I can say it that way. All right, I'm good with that. All right, it's a freaking good guitar then. There you go, that's the Atkin White Rice. Also coming in, we were talking about some stuff that came in. Oh, The McPhersons came in. We got Tourings in the camo. Now we have a Touring in the honeycomb. We have a standard sable and a honeycomb sable all in stock right now. Those are some of the best carbon guitars out there, in my opinion. And they sound great, they play great, and they're just as stable as possible. So we did get those in, and they sound great as well. Anything before I move on to banjos?
When will the white rice be on the website?
It's probably going to take a couple days. Literally, there are people calling right now about it. I just heard him saying, "Hey, I want one of those. So is it available?" If you're going to wait for the website, you're probably not going to be able to see it. This one came in. I wanted to talk about this one real quick. This is one of my favorite banjos from Deering, and we never keep these in stock. We order them regularly, but we don't get to keep them. This is the Deering White Lotus, and what's great about this banjo is it is an all white oak banjo. That means there's no tone ring in here, but it plays and sounds like it. But it's so much lighter than a banjo with a tone ring. This is just probably, at least 2 pounds, if not 3 pounds lighter. So if you want volume and punch out of a banjo that's much lighter weight, the Deering White Lotus, that's probably the best option out there. They look really cool. They sound great. Again, this one's set up a little bit bright now. I think with a little bit of loosening that head just a little bit, it'll probably get a little bit thicker tone and really kind of compete with those tone ring style banjos. So we got quite a few of those in stock. I got more. I just got off the phone with Eric Sullivan. More Sullivan banjos on their way. We got some pretty cool ones that I'm pretty excited about seeing in here. So that one's some more banjo options coming very shortly.
We have a request for Foggy Mountain.
Oh boy, I don't know if I can do it. My banjo playing is weak. Let's see. That's the best of my Foggy Mountain breakdown right there. So I knew I'd mess it up. I just knew it. I just don't have those banjo rolls practiced well enough. So anyway, that banjo. We do have all of the Good Time banjos officially in stock right now. I'm pretty excited about that because we missed some. The 6-string is back in stock. The standard Good Time 1. The Good Time 1 Deco just came in, I believe. I have the Good Time 1 in Cherry, and of course the Good Time 2 in Deco, which is the new finish that they just released. Also coming in this week, we got a batch of K&K pickups that just landed. Jeremy showed you guys D'Addario has officially landed, which is really cool. Got a lot of cool stuff. Here's something I want to go over. Breedlove is running a holiday sale right now on all of their Eco collection. And each one of those guitars is going to have $100 off. So you can get a Discovery Series now as low as $349. That was normally $449. $100 off right now, and that's the price. It's not a rebate that you have to send in, it's a rebate I have to send in, but it's giving $100 off of every Eco collection guitar from them, and I've got more of those on their way, by the way. So if you don't see one of the models that you're looking for, there's more of them coming. And yeah, I got a call yesterday for Jerry found us a Bedell Revolution with a ridiculous looking Cocobolo back in a dreadnought. So officially we'll have 3 different Revolutions. We'll have the Parlor, the OM, and a dreadnought in stock, which is going to be pretty cool.
We do have somebody asking, do you play all stringed instruments? And I believe earlier we had someone ask if there's any that you don't play.
play well is a totally different question. I've worked on trying to be able to play something on most everything that's in here, just mainly to be able to demo it, but I definitely would not call myself a player of everything that's in here. It's just, I can play at them, and that's about it. So yeah, there you go. That's the best I have. All right, I do have a couple things that are next door that I want to cover that are going to be coming in here. We got another shipment of Ortega stuff, which is affordable stuff. They have their new mandolin that's going to be priced at $199. I'm looking forward to checking that. Also started carrying a lot more from the Lore and Recording King brands. It's been one of the things, kind of complaints that we have been getting is that, you know, people think that we lean in on Eastman only because that's the only thing we carry. And it's not totally true. It's just what I've been trying to do, and this was my fault, and it's been brought to my attention. I want to make this right. So you're going to start seeing some of the stuff that I normally would not have stocked, such as the Recording King. I think it's the RD 365 or something like that. Their Elite series. And normally it would have been something that I already had something that I personally thought was a little bit better, but now we're going to stock some of those. So you're going to see Lore. There's like 5 different levels of Lore mandolins that are next door, more Recording King guitars, obviously more Recording King banjos, and later you're going to probably see more of the Saga stuff. So that would mean your Kentuckys and Gold Stars and those kind of things will be kind of making their way back in. I just want to make it fair so that you guys can hear the deals, not just what I think about them, but you'll be able to compare them, and we'll have all those in stock. So
We do have somebody asking about Santa Cruz guitars.
I love Santa Cruz guitars. I have them. Richard Hoover is a great friend. So far, we have not been able to convince Richard to get these in. Hey, I mean, to be fair, they have a hard time keeping up with inventory as it is. They're pretty much building to order and hard to kind of open up another dealer, but hound him. I mean, if you're interested in Santa Cruz guitars, contact Santa Cruz. Let them know that you'd like to see the Acoustic Shop be your favorite dealer. I think it makes a big difference, more so than when I call them, because if a customer's telling them, hey, that's where I'd like to buy my Santa Cruz, that's where it's going to happen. That goes for all these other brands that we're not stocking right now. It's not because I don't want to. It's because they're just not letting me. So there you go.
Have you heard the Recording King tenor guitars?
Yes, I've got some of those coming. We used to stock those, honestly. I'm going to be absolutely, this is what I do. So again, I hope nobody gets offended with this. The reason why I quit stocking them was about right at the beginning of COVID time period. The QC control was a little bit low, and I started seeing a lot of stuff with some major errors and things I didn't care for. So we just quit carrying them. I've been promised that has been taken care of. So we're giving it another shot. So next door, I do have the Dirty 30 tenor guitar. It is next door, I know for a fact.
Any Jeff Bridges breed loves?
I don't have any of those in stock. I can get one, but I don't have any of those in stock. Those are pretty cool. I mean, who'd have thought that the dude was the guy that everybody wanted to look for their guitars? But it's true. So.
Somebody's saying they like their Bob Marley Guild.
Yep, I remember those. Those were a great guitar. We had a hard time selling them, but I thought they were a good guitar for their price point. I think people just, when they saw, I think they were like $299 or $399, something like that. And I think people were just kind of scared that they just weren't going to be very good guitars. But they actually were pretty darn good. They were a surprise for me. But yeah, I don't have any of those anymore.
Do we have a dark sounding fiddle looking for Bobby Hicks tone?
Boy, I don't know what's in here in a dark sounding fiddle. There's a lot of different old fiddles in here. That's a pretty good one. I'm betting this Stainer might be close to what you're thinking of. Bye, Corey. Congratulations again. Good sales month. You're a good boy. That's probably the closest I'm going to have towards that deal. This is an old Stainer copy fiddle. It just says old used Stainer, so not a whole lot of details. That's pretty common for some of these 1930s. My guess is by looking at this, we're talking about a 1920s into the 30s era violin. It's a conservatory violin. Look at that. You can always tell those because they got a little deal. I know up here on the scroll, Trent, says conservatory. So those are pretty cool. Go ahead, Janelle.
Which boutique brands do we not carry that you wish that we did?
Santa Cruz has been one. Callings, we've been working with all those. They're all great guitars, and they all do some stuff that's pretty darn special. I'm still working on Martin, guys. I really am. Our rep here scared that that it would not, would not work in here. I think it would work really, really well. So again, contact them. Callings would be great to have in here. Who else are we missing that I know there's some that I've been kind of talking to that we have not moved on yet. So.
Pre-war?
Pre-war, that would be another fun one to get in. Good call, Trent. I talked to those guys. They're building a fantastic guitar and unique and special. They're more in that Atkin style, especially now that they're doing those heavily worn. Atkin's kind of doing those. I think it'd be really cool to get some of the pre-war guitars in, even if we just do it for review. I'd love to kind of get some in. They're great guys. Again, afraid that some of their other dealers may not be able to get enough inventory because we got some of those in there. So call them up. Tell them, hey, the Acoustic Shop, that's where it needs to be. They listen to you guys way more than they do me. They really do. They just think I'm here just because I want to sell stuff, where I don't think they understand. It's truly, for me, a love of these guitars. I like talking about all of them. They all do something so unique and so special that it gives me a chance to kind of check them all out and help you guys find stuff that you might like.
We have some people saying which ones they'd like to see.
I'd love to hear that. What do they want to see?
All right, we do have people agreeing with Collins. We have one from China called, I'm going to butcher this, but Zuwei, Z-U-W-E-I.
Never heard of that one.
I haven't
I'll have to
either.
look at that one.
Hosen guitars, Iris guitars.
Hosens are great. Iris, I am planning on getting those in here. I just keep putting it on the back burner because there's been so many things in here. I've talked to those guys. Fully interested in getting those in here. There's some great guitars in here. I just keep forgetting to get my initial order in. So guys, remind me, Irish guitars, let's get those orders started because they do build a really, really cool guitar. So that one's a total yes, it will happen. I just don't know when.
What about Maestro?
Maestro? That's that same. You were talking about Hosen. Maestro is tied in with them. That's a really cool brand. I'm still interested in that one. That one's a tough one for me because, again, we've had so many new brands that are hard to kind of explain to some people. And those ones are built in Singapore. Really cool designs, a little bit unique, but very affordable. So I'm looking at probably getting those in the future. So, yeah.
You had a really nice comment earlier. I'm going to go back and read it.
Yeah, I like those.
Thank you, Acoustic Shop, for what you do. The knowledge you guys pass on makes it easier to guitar shop.
I like that. It's half the time it's knowledge, half the time it's just my overstated opinion, and I'm sorry about that. If there's one thing I am not short on is opinions. They may not have fact behind them, but I definitely have opinions. So that's a thing, I guess, right? I don't know, maybe. So I guess that particular person that called about the white rice didn't pull the trigger, so it's still available?
No, they did not.
They did not. All right. It's still available, guys. The Atkin white rice. If you're watching this, you better give a call because I have a feeling it's going to go real quick.
Do we have any Lowden guitars?
Lowden. Yeah, you got it right. Lowden. It's Irish. I have one in back stock. It's been sitting there. It has a blemish, and I want to start getting back into carrying Lowden again. I think they're fantastic. When we initially started as a Lowden guitar dealer, it was really tough. We weren't doing as much online sales. And the people in this Midwest region are not well versed in Lowden guitars. They're fantastic. I really love what they do. They're the most unique company. Every time I pick up a Lowden guitar and they tell me what the spec is going to be, it never sounds the way it's supposed to sound in my head. And that's a great thing, because if you tell me this is a small body guitar that has walnut back and sides and a walnut top, I have a pretty good idea of what I think that guitar is going to sound like, and it never sounded like that with Lowden. So I always thought that was really unique and really special, really good builds. I do see us eventually getting those back in stock again. So that's a good one. Good suggestion, guys. I'll get Lowden back in here again.
There's another one I haven't heard of. Cremona?
Cremona, the only Cremonas I know are the Cremona violins, and that's through Saga. Yeah, they build violins and stuff. So we can get those. Honestly, I don't know how much I will because there's so many dealers that have those in stock. And sometimes, I'll level with you guys. I'll tell you exactly what goes on. Sometimes some of these brands are not very protective of their products. And they will let some of the dealers go out there and almost sell those at wholesale or below. In fact, I just recently saw one from the same manufacturer. There was a mandolin that was on Amazon for less than I can buy it for. And I find that to be a little bit tough when we spend quite a bit money on inventory. So there was a mandolin that literally was falling below what I could buy it from the manufacturer for. So I thought that was pretty crazy.
I think this one might be my fault. Have you thought about doing a FERC Rainbow Acoustic Shoppe custom? Anything with rainbows, I assume, is probably my fault.
We actually, no, it's not. Janelle, by the way, is the one who came up with that awesome idea of stringing up guitars with various different things. And again, she just did it to be fun, the rainbow color. We've been getting some grief about it. A lot of people thought it was really cool. Obviously, that video's gone crazy. Everybody's loving to see the various different yarn and embroidery floss. And we did fishing line, I think, too. And I think we're just going to keep stringing with whatever.
Dental floss, I think, surprised me the most.
It
didn't
was.
snap.
It did. That was pretty awesome. The Rainbow Series, we actually just had one in here. A guy brought in for trade. It didn't work out as far as a trade. But the Rainbow Series, for you guys that don't know from FERC, that's basically they're all custom guitars. Anything that falls in a non-standard model from their yellow, red, violet, blue, any of those series, they will call that a Rainbow Series. So that means you get to basically pick anything that you want. I've had a few in the past, but we haven't. Again, inventory's been so hard to get from some of these manufacturers that we haven't been seeing as many custom ones. We're just glad to get the stuff that's supposed to be standard models from them. Yep.
When will we get new Webers?
We just got a notification yesterday. Corey talked to Ryan Fish from Weber, and we have a Road Dog that is in finish right now. That means set up probably very soon. He thinks it'll be here in the next couple weeks. It also has following right behind it a Yellowstone. So we have a Yellowstone that'll probably be here. Both of those he's hoping to see by the end, before the end of the year. If not, the Yellowstone may fall in January, but we will have that as well. Here's some news for you. I said I was going to talk about this yesterday or on Tuesday, and I never did talk about it. The exclusive guitar of the Acoustic Shoppe, Eastman guitar, is going to be coming. I'm supposed to be seeing a prototype. Hopefully they think they'll have it done at the end of the month. That means maybe the beginning of next. I'll have a working prototype. If the prototype comes in, we will officially be taking orders on that. If it comes in what we think it's supposed to be without any major changes or even pretty darn close to where it wants to be, we'll be doing that. It's going to be 30 guitars with a very special run. And trust me, you guys have been asking for something very similar to this. We're going to have serial numbered 1 through 30 limited edition guitars, only going to be built for the Acoustic Shoppe. I'm really excited about that guitar. So hopefully we'll see the prototype soon. And then, of course, if you're following the channel, you'll get a chance to kind of see it on one of our lives or one of the videos for that.
Used Eastman AC series?
I don't have it. I take that back. I do have a 922 left, right? I think we sold the 622 that was used. I do have one 922 in used. This one right here. That was the one. I have one brand new and one right next to it in used. This one is near mint. We sold it originally. The player had it for a little while, and I forgot what he ended up trading it in on. Was it a Bedell? Yeah, he ended up getting a Bedell instead. But absolutely clean. This is as close to brand new as possible, and it's available on our website as well, so you can check that out. So we have a used one as well as a new one. Save yourself a couple $100, and yeah. There you go.
Is FERC still a harder brand to sell in the States due to their lesser known presence?
Every brand that is not Martin, Taylor, and Gibson is harder to sell. And I'm just doing this leveling with everybody today. I probably shouldn't be as honest. Something happened and I'm just being overly honest. There are a lot of customers that absolutely will not buy anything if it's not one of those major brands. And it's always a convincing deal. When we first started with Eastman, it was so hard to convince people to even try them. And I think that's kind of the case. Is there's a lot of new buyers out there, and they just hear that that's the best, and that's what they got to have. So FERC is obviously one that, again, if you are a first time or even second time guitar buyer, Ferk's probably not even been on your radar. Eastman is only starting to become there because we've done so much with those. But Atkin, that's a hard one unless you got people that know about it. Every brand is harder to sell than those. Buis, even Bourgeois, Collings, they're all harder to sell than those main brands. And it's just what it is. And we're learning how to deal with it. I've never had a major brand in here, so I'm looking forward to the day that we have somebody that walks in the door out of nowhere and just goes, "This is what I'm looking for," and I'll go, "Yeah, here it is. Take it, buy it." Instead of a full-on, let's talk about what you're looking for and see if there's another guitar that might suit it better. Maybe not as well. Who knows? But we have to have that conversation, and we've never had a brand like that. So hopefully someday we can make that happen. I'd love to see that.
Corey is letting us know that was yesterday.
That was yesterday?
Yes.
That he talked to Weber?
Yes, I believe that's what he was saying.
I'm assuming that's what it was, yeah.
Do U.S. built guitars keep higher resale values?
This one I find to be a falsehood, and I'll tell you why. I have a lot of people that believe that is the case. I think it's more about the availability of guitars. I will tell you this, percentage-wise, I know for a fact I can see more in a used Eastman percentage-wise than I would see in a used Martin. And it's not because of quality, it's not because of anything else, it's because of availability. If you go online and look for a used D28, there's probably 150 of them available right now. Whereas if you go online and look for a used Thompson guitar, no, that's a bad example because that's still a USA guitar, used Ferk, you're not going to find hardly any of those. So that's going to probably hold way more percentage of its used value. That's pretty common across the board. I see that with Taylors. I see that with Gibsons. I see that with all the major brands that probably have more Fender guitars. Definitely see that quite often. Used guitar market on those instruments. Now, here's the side of that I do find to be absolute truth. It is easier to sell a used Martin, a used Gibson, a used Taylor. People are looking for the same thing that we just talked about. More people know about them, so you will be able to sell them faster. But if we're truly going after what its resale value is, I don't necessarily find that the American brands necessarily always give better resale value. Is that long-winded enough for you? That was pretty long-winded.
It was
I'm
pretty
sorry.
long-winded.
I apologize. I don't really, unless you guys hate me, and then I apologize. Here's some good, important news for you guys. Bourgeois mandolins. I thought they were going to arrive today. I saw tracking. They will arrive tomorrow. I have 5 MF5s. The F-style mandolin will be here. Like I said, 5 of them will be here tomorrow. So I think 2 of them are already spoken for, so that leaves 3, and we will have one of the A5F, no, what is it? M5A. That's the one, so in black. So the black top will be back in stock as well. Now, no black top Fs yet, but I've been promised those are going to be starting to make their way out here too. So, yeah, any other questions there?
Don't think we have any questions right now.
Okay. I had a couple things that I forgot that I was going to talk about on this live stream.
I lied. It just popped up.
All
Could
right,
I
go
see
ahead.
the Atkin rice once more, please? Thanks.
You want to hear it once more? Is that
Yes,
what they
from
said?
Clyde.
All right, Clyde, I'll run that here in 1 second. This is super cool. We didn't get to talk about this yet. The Gallagher Josh Wrinkle model. This is the official signature version of it. I love this burst. It looks great and is a very unique one. Mahogany sides and back, Adirondack spruce top, and a matte finish neck. That's a good one. This one, honestly, to me, I think might be the best of this model that I've played yet. I've played about 3 or 4. This one's absolutely does sound great. All right, let's grab that white rice. You can stay right here, Trent. I'm going to come back for you.
Okay.
So enjoy the panning of the room by Trent while I go grab this white rice, because this guitar
Anything y'all wanna
is
see
a
last
boomer.
Windows loading screen going on right now.
You got the Windows loading screen?
Is it safe to call something a boomer?
Huh?
Is it safe to call one of these a boomer?
I wasn't talking about boomer in the sense of you, Janelle. All these young kids, they always tell me I'm a boomer. Is that still a thing? For a couple years
There
ago,
was the
everybody
okay
was a
boomer
boomer.
going on.
Yeah, is that still the trend to make fun of everybody that's old, to call them a boomer?
I think if you're acting particularly boomer-ish, then yes.
This is what happens when you work with a bunch of kids right here. You learn. Super big in the hands. I mean, it just fills the room. You feel that, right, Trent? I mean, you can actually feel that. Trent's being quiet. He's mic'd up. You know what's funny about Trent? Trent's mic'd up, yet we never hear from him. Trent, tell us something enlightening and special that is going on in your life right now.
Enlightening and special. Well, so tonight we're leaving to go to Indiana for the Who's Who Country Music Awards.
Ooh!
I got nominated for a few things on that.
Good for you, Trent. That's pretty awesome. Good for you. That's where it is. His head's already there. He's in Indiana right now.
Already out.
He's accepting his award. He's already got his speech set. He's ready to roll right now. Oh, that's good. Trent's got a really good budding career in the country music industry. Ladies and gentlemen, he's not just growing that hair just for his own. It's for you people in the country music world. Everybody knows you do not take a country music star seriously unless they've got a really powerful mullet and a set of wraparound Oakleys. Those are the two official rules. So
We do have, sorry, I scrolled a little bit.
Go for
What's
it.
the best sounding mahogany backed dread that you have in stock?
Mahogany back.
I like that Josh Wrinkle a lot. If you're looking for something a little bit tighter, I got two options that I want to play real quick. The champion? No, we don't have a championship, but we do have a country boy,
That's right, country boy.
in a sinker mahogany. That one's fantastic. Let me grab that.
And we also have
While you're doing that, have you tried Santa Cruz
Touchstone
strings?
Country Boy.
I have tried Santa Cruz strings. I will be honest, they were not for me. I think they're really unique and special. They just were not for me.
They almost had a little lighter of a touch. I mean, in the gate.
Feel, yeah, it's with that balanced tension.
Even with
They are
the leads,
definitely a lighter tension string. I like tension. I really do.
We do have another question about strings. Do you find extra small strings last enough longer to offset their approximate 2 times cost of uncoated? So I'm thinking maybe.
So you're talking about the XS, probably.
Yes.
For me, the XS string is at least twice, if not 3 times as long. I am leaving a set of XS strings on my guitars close to 3 to 4 months, where for me personally, if I was running an uncoated string, max of 2 to 3 weeks. So I think they last a lot longer. So yes, I think there is a value there in that, just because.
We have a lot of questions about strings right now. Light or medium PV strings on the Atkins?
The Atkin white rice that you just heard has lights. We end up putting, like on the 37, because I did a demo with it, we put the mediums on there because I'm so heavy-handed I tend to overdrive them. That's Trent's job usually, is putting on strings that John doesn't absolutely kill with his right hand. So that one has lights, and that's the reason we're hearing quite a bit of buzz. It's just because it's got lights. So everybody's asking about another great mahogany back. This has sinker mahogany back and sides. This is a custom Country Boy Bourgeois. This is a good piece. This came out of Dana's collection of sinker mahogany. This one does have the age tone top, age tone bracing, animal hide glue. I'll get it in tune, I promise. So that's a good guitar if you like a very defined and well-balanced mahogany guitar. Another one that I want to talk about is the Acoustic Shoppe exclusive 64 Dread. This is the new square shoulder. We had this done in the Addy top, light toner, 1 3/4, Evo fret upgrade. It does have the Pearl logo in the peg head. Mahogany back. I believe this is ebony. No, this is tortoise bound. 1 3/4, like I said, nut width. More depth, still keeps the balance and the articulation. Here's something I noticed on this guitar yesterday. I was playing it. Look at the flame in the neck. Even on a satin finish, I think that's pretty darn cool. So I like that guitar a lot. There's probably my three picks. I like the Josh Wrinkle a lot. I like this one, and I like that Country Boy with the sinker mahogany. Those are probably my 3 favorites right now.
The Boucher 42 is gone, right?
The Boucher, yeah, BG42.
Yeah,
that one left the other day. The only one we have left in the BG is the 152. I got a guitar I want to talk about real fast. This guitar, I don't know why it's still here. This is a Bahia OM Brazilian rosewood back and sides. Here's the deal. They have updated the price on this, and the reason we got this in is because of the fact that a dealer had ordered this, and then became, by the time it got built, it became that dealer's no longer around. So they called me up to say, hey, you're interested in this? This will send to you at a 2-year-old price. So it's a lower price, the different spec, but it's Brazilian rosewood back and sides. I love the double arrow stripe that is split for the back strip, and it goes around and then continues all the way around, but it gives you that double arrow look in the middle. Brazilian, papered Brazilian, Adirondack spruce top, OM, has the brass inlays, which looks really, really cool. Waverly's in the ebony. But here's the deal. $59.99 Brazilian rosewood, Adirondack spruce top. I believe that's almost $1,000 less than what it is now. So you're getting $1,000 less on a guitar that's already, in my opinion, underpriced, especially for a Brazilian rosewood guitar. And listen. And then maybe when you dig into it, pretty impressive. So even when you get on it hard, does not bottom out, doesn't just kind of give up on you. I think that's pretty impressive. So there you go. This is probably, to me, the best value guitar in the store. So much going on here for a pretty reasonable price. Got more for me, Janelle?
We have Donald Curtis saying, I asked you previously about Gibson strings. FYI, I did confirm that D'Addario makes them.
There you go. See? I'm not as dumb as I thought I was. Well, maybe I am. I don't know. My wife says I'm pretty darn stupid. I do a lot of things that she definitely points out how stupid I am. So do my children. So does a lot of... There you go. I just know some facts about strings and other guitar stuff. I guess that's going to pretty much start wrapping us up here. Do you think? You got anything else for me, Janelle?
I did. Before the show started, I was told to remind you that you have lessons at 5.
5. What time is it now?
It's about 4:30.
All right, well, I got to go over and finish up a video too, and then I'll get over here for lessons and kind of have that happen. We got a really cool video all about strings, so be ready watching for that. Again, lot of stuff that is still making its way into the shop. It is coming up on holiday season, so I'm trying to get things in, but it keeps disappearing about as quick as it comes in. So if you're interested in any of this stuff, always give us a call, 417-720-1223. Again, if you're watching this on the later release, give a call. That white rice may be here, but it may not. So we'll see if it makes it to the website. I doubt it, but it might. Anyway, thank you all so much for hanging with me. This was New Guitar Thursday. Had a blast, and we will see you next week.